Want to know on how to play the latest Paper Mario Thousand-Year Door? This is the Switch version, and you'll be able to play this game perfectly into your PC as long as you know what you're doing. So be sure to follow all the steps that I'll be showing this in this video tutorial. So first of all, you need is that you'll need to have a copy of all the three files that I've highlighted here in my desktop. They're really important. And also you will need to install an application called Rejinx. So for those who are new and who don't know, Rejinx is a Nintendo Switch emulator. It can play any Nintendo Switch games into your PC as long as you have all of these free files here installed in Rejinx emulator. So first of all, I'm going to teach you where to get Rejinx emulator officially. And to do that is that you'll need to open a web browser, and all you have to do is just type in Rejinx emulator in Google search, and it's search rejinx.org, and that is their official website and the first result. So be sure to click on that and then go to get started, click on that, and then you can now choose on which device you want to install Rejinx emulator. So there are two versions for Linux, so be sure to get that and choose in which version you want. And for those who are in Mac, be sure that you are on Mac OS 12 or later version in order for you to run Rejinx. And for those who are in Windows, be sure that you are in Windows 10 or 11 version. So since I have already done and installed Rejinx emulator to my PCs, I'm just going to skip on the download and installation process, because the download and installation process for this is really easy to do and is really straightforward and that anyone can do this. So go ahead, click on download it now, install it in your PC, and then let's proceed into the next step. So I'm just going to minimize this, and I'm just going to assume that you have already downloaded the latest build of Rejinx emulator. So open your Rejinx emulator, and then your Rejinx emulator will not look like mine, because mine has been already optimized and has been set up. But you will need first is that you'll need to have all of these three files to be installed in Rejinx emulator. So what are these files? So these files are the Nintendo Switch firmware and the Nintendo Switch keys. The firmware version is in version 18.0.0 and the keys version is 18.0.1. You'll surely need to have these files installed in Rejinx emulator so that Rejinx emulator will be able to boot up and detect Switch games. Now, in order for you to get the game running in Rejinx, you will need to have the game type of the game into an NSP or XCI file format. So be sure to remember that, okay? So if you're asking me on how to get all of these files, the most legal way to do this is that you own a Nintendo Switch console, which is fully modded and have installed a custom firmware in it, because if it has a custom firmware installed in it, that means that you can fully access your Nintendo Switch system files. And once you have access on those system files, all you have to do is just look for all of the firmware file of the Switch and the keys file of the Switch, and then just transfer them into your PC. Now, in order for the game, there's no other way to get the game but to purchase the game legally, buy the game from a physical store. And once you have done that, then you can now digitally back up that game into an XCI or NSP file format, just like here. So for those who want to try out Paper Mario Thousand-Year Door but don't have a Switch and don't know where to get all of these files, all you have to do, guys, is just scan this QR code here with your QR code reader into your mobile phone, so that you will be redirected to the page wherein you can get a copy of the files. So be sure to check out these free files that I have highlighted in my desktop, and be sure to get a copy of them and just transfer them from your mobile phone to your PC. Again, be sure to check out these files and be sure to transfer them into your PC. So I'm just going to skip on that part because that is really easy to do, so be sure to do that. So I'm going to assume that you have these files now, so open Rejinx emulator. Now it's time to install the keys first, and to do this, just go to File, go to Open Rejinx folder, and then locate on System folder. The next step to do is just open the keys 18.0.1 version in the desktop, and then drag and drop the product keys and title keys into this folder. And this folder should be empty, by the way, because it's your first installation. Once done, close in this. The next step is to install the firmware file. Just go to Tools, install firmware from XCI or zip file. Locate on that firmware file and hit Open. We'll say that we'll have to install this firmware version. Hit Yes. We'll say Successful Install. You know, the installation is successful because it will now detect your Switch games and will show you your Switch games and their game icon, just like in here. So if you see a game that doesn't have a game icon, that means that you're using an outdated firmware or an outdated key. So be sure to only follow the QR code on the screen so that you'll only get the latest files to play Paper Mario Thousand-Year Door Switch version. So the next step now is to optimize your Rejinx emulator. And to do that is that we will need to optimize it so that your PC I mean, the Switch games will run with no black screens, crashes, or graphical glitches into your playthrough. To do this, just go to Options, go to Settings, and all you have to do is just pause the video and copy every setting that you see here. Okay, so be sure to do that. So the game directories could be anywhere into your PC, but be sure that you know where they are and that the file format is either in XCI or NSP file format. I go to Input. So I have connected my Nintendo Switch Pro controller here, and I have mapped them up the same as my Pro controller. So if you have other controllers like the Xbox or PlayStation controller, you can connect them into your PC and then map them up according to liking. But the dead zone for both left and right stick should be set in 0.20 or 20% so that there'll be no drifting into your playthroughs. Once done, go to Keyboard and Hotkeys. So these are default settings. Now go to System. You can change the region, language, time zone, and system time to whatever you like, because there are games that will progress much faster if you change it here. So be sure to do that here. Now go to CPU. These are my settings. Copy them. Now go to graphics, the most important part of the setting here in Regions. So graphics backend, the API that we'll be using is Vulkan. Your preferred GPU is your dedicated graphics card, and that is a must. Features and enhancements, you should enable shader cache and enable macro HLE. Resolution scale is set in 2x resolution so that the game will look much sharper, much more beautiful than the native resolution of the Switch. But if your PC cannot handle that, then be sure to change back to the native resolution, which is the base resolution of the Switch. Once you have followed and copied all my settings here, move to audio. So these are my settings, so be sure to copy everything here. Now move to network if you want to play multiplayer. So be sure to copy every setting you see here, and once you are done, hit apply and hit OK. Congratulations, your Ryujinx emulator is now fully optimized to run and play any Nintendo Switch games into your PC, such as Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door. So a little bit of disclaimer, well, I'm able to show you guys a gameplay of this game running into my PC here because we all know how strict Nintendo is, and they have been really strict lately. They have taken down User Emulator, the very first Switch emulator, and that emulator is non-existent now. So the only emulator that is left is Ryujinx emulator. So this emulator is the best emulator now to play Switch games, and I can show you any gameplay of Paper Mario because that will Nintendo will take down my videos and my channel. So I hope you guys do understand all that part, and I don't want that to happen into my channel. So these guys do understand. I can't show you any gameplay at all, but as long as you have followed all the steps that I have shown you in this guide, you'll be able to play Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door into your PC by following all the steps that I have shown you here. So if you have some questions regarding the installation process of the Paper Mario Thousand-Year Door installation in Ryujinx Emulator, be sure to leave a comment in the comment section below, and I'll try my best to answer all of them as fast as I can. Thank you for watching, see you next time, and please be sure to subscribe to my channel because that will help me out. Again, thank you for watching, see you next time, and goodbye for now.